Hi.
Hi.
I'm Loretta. And this is Laugh Aloud Reviews.
Hi.
And we're going to be reviewing Dare You To
By Katie McGarry, which is book 2 in the Pushing the Limits series. Book 1's Pushing the Limits. Then book 1.5 is Crossing the Line. And now Dare You To is book 2. Which she will insert picture here.
Here. Somewhere in this vicinity. Okay.
Okay, so what did you give this book? What star rating? Did I? Did I give it a 5 or 4? I think I gave it a 5. I'm pretty sure that I loved it a lot.
I did.
It was either a 5 or a 4.5.
Yeah, I gave it 5.
Because I don't know that I loved it as much as I did Echo Story. Because Echo Story was just kept me up all night reading it. But it was one of those beyond 5 stars. Echo Story was Pushing the Limits. Yeah. So I may still have gave this one 5 stars because I really did love it. So, tell me what you loved about Ryan.
I thought that he was sweet, and I don't really remember.
Can't be read this too long. I'm gonna review it. Okay, so Ryan was this jockey athlete, and Beth is this
bad girl
goth who doesn't talk to anyone, and she has to move in with her uncle Scott because after another bad bout with her mother and Trent, who is her mother's boyfriend, her uncle Scott shows up and becomes her legal guardian and takes her in.
And she doesn't like that.
She is very mad because she has been basically the guardian for her mother for a long time now. So she's very upset that she has to come and live with her uncle. At the very beginning of the book, there's this little funny scene with her and this boy she meets at Taco Bell. And when she shows up in this new town, forced to leave her best friends, Isaiah and...
Oh, Isaiah.
Love Isaiah. Oh. And Noah from book 1, Pushing the Limits. She is confronted with this crazy boy she met at Taco Bell, which is Ryan, our hero from this book here. Ryan is this jockey, nice guy who always wins and plays baseball, and the exact opposite of everything that Beth is. And the opposites attract, I guess, because he brings out the Beth that used to be before she had this hard life that she was forced to live.
And then Beth kind of opens up Ryan's eyes because Ryan is kind of a pushover for his dad.
Big time.
Yeah, so he kind of realizes some things, and then she kind of realizes some things, and then they kind of realize some things together.
Together, forever,
yes.
Together. Sorry, had to wax poetic for a minute. Yeah, so it's really just a kind of really beautiful love story of how these two people who seem just horrible for each other are more alike than you would think. They're actually more alike than you think they would be, and they bring out the best of each other together.
Yes.
And it's very pretty. It's also a great friendship story.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about the friends?
Mm-hmm.
Your turn. I just talk a lot.
I agreed. Okay, we have Lacey and Chris and Logan and Gwen. Those are the friends.
No, they're not. That was horrible. Come on. Talk about each one.
Gwen is horrible. I don't like her. She's bad.
Vapid.
Bad. And
why was she bad?
Because she was mean. Because she wanted Ryan. And she was like evil. And she did evil things to poor Beth.
But she
There's more to it,
She
but
tried to redeem herself some, but she was still...
I think it was a little too late.
Yeah, too little too late.
Yeah, because then when she realized, and then, no. Sorry, honey.
It's at that point where you've already hurt people too much that you just can't come back from it.
Yeah. Definitely, because I would have punched her in her nose.
Your mouth. I punched her in her
Your
mouth.
mouth. Knocked out a tooth.
That's right.
And then, I don't know, I don't remember that again.
Talk about Isaiah. You can talk about Isaiah all day.
Isaiah is awesome.
Talk about why, because everybody wanted Beth and Isaiah together.
And that's what I was rooting for, but they were just, I don't know.
All right, let's talk about it. Come on. Isaiah
I read this
is
book
in love.
like 4 months ago.
Come on, you can do it, Loretta. Isaiah is in love with
Madly
Beth.
in love.
It's not a spoiler. This happens in Pushing the Limits. So if you're watching this,
And they're
go
like,
away. If you haven't read Pushing the Limits, I'm sorry. He's madly in love with Beth. At least he thinks he is. As Beth would say. Beth says that he's not in love with her, that he just thinks he is because he hasn't seen true love yet.
Yeah, and Beth's not like that in love with him.
No,
like
Beth
that.
just likes him as a friend.
Best
she loves
friends.
him as a friend.
Like brothers. Like best friends.
And
Not
so,
brothers because that's gross. Because
so,
never mind.
the problem becomes that you really want Isaiah to have his happily ever after because you love him so much. He's such a good guy and he does so much for Beth. And although you want him to have what would make him happy and you think, oh, well, Beth's going to make him happy because you think he loves her, well, Beth's going to be better off with Ryan. She got out of that life that was holding her back so much. And this is really what she needs, is to be where she was at.
Broke his heart.
Poor Isaiah. So I really need the next book, which I don't remember the name of.
I don't either.
Yeah, you're just going to splash it. Book 3. I need book 3. And desperately need it because I need to see that Katie McGarry gives Isaiah his something. Or his something. Even if she just gets him out of the situation he's in. He doesn't have to be romantic.
I was very happy for Beth because she got out of it. Even though it was hard for her and she was kind of like second guessing herself.
And she fought back against happiness for the longest time because she just wanted to make her mom.
And then she finally just got happiness and she felt like she belonged in all that
and that she deserved it. She didn't want to give herself happiness. She didn't feel like she deserved happiness.
It was awesome how it played out.
So I hope that whether she gives Isaiah happiness with romance, which I'm sure she will since these all have romantic inclinations, but I just want him to have happiness of some sort, whether it's just with college or moving on or something or someone.
And Beth was so mean to her stepmom. I mean, not stepmom. What was it? Uncle's wife.
Guardian's wife.
Yeah, there we go. So mean. Gosh. It was so funny, though.
Well, those were the hilarious moments because, well, obviously she didn't want to be there with her uncle anyway. Her uncle was with Uncle Scott.
Because she felt like
he betrayed her. If you'd have to read the story to find out that whole situation.
But she held a grudge big time.
Especially when he's with this lady that she feels kind of, I don't know, she feels like he shouldn't even be with her until he realizes later that they really are in love. But so she feels like this lady doesn't want her there, which she doesn't. So they really both have to come to terms with each other. So they're both bitching at each other a lot, and it's very funny, y'all. Very, very funny. They both feel like
they grow.
They both feel like they're each hurting Uncle Scott. They're both kind of trying to protect him by hurting the other, and it's very funny.
Yeah,
very funny moments.
Hilarious.
Lacey was her best friend from when she lived there from childhood, and before her parents had this big situation that's going to be listed up in the book that you'll have to find out about.
Yeah.
And Lacey was her best friend, and Beth took care of her and took up for her, and so when she moves back, Lacey tries to be her friend again, even though Beth of course, tries to push her away. And Lacey takes up for her all the way. Lacey takes up for her now instead of Beth taking up for Lacey. So it's a very cool relationship. I really like that relationship a lot. Yeah, and then
Chris didn't give up on her.
Chris is Lacey's boyfriend, And he's also Ryan's best friend, and so is Logan. And they all play baseball together, and they all have a really cool dynamic of friendship. They're all really cool, interesting, and they do all these fun dares, and they're really goofy. It's a really cool group of friends. Yeah, they're goofy. Like, they had a dare where they had to move a car. They moved a car between 2 trees to where the guy, if he had to drive, was, like, parallel parked between 2 trees. Yeah. Like, there was no, like, bumper to bumper trees.
Your typical weird high school boys.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. I really want to kill the mother and the mother's boyfriend. Talk about bad parenting.
Kept wanting to smack the mom upside the head or drag her.
Some people should never have children.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Seriously, kids should be allowed to pick their parents sometimes.
Yeah, because I think the mom lost her way a little bit too many times, and poor Beth had to go through so much. And then her mom, she just needed to make a different choice than she did.
Also, Ryan and his brother.
But the mom sort of kind of redeemed herself.
How? The mother didn't redeem herself in any way.
Kinda.
No.
At the end.
No.
At the end she did.
No, she didn't. She was still a piece of crap.
She was still a piece of crap, but she made a right choice. By making a phone
sorry.
Call.
Picking up the phone is not redeeming yourself. I'm angry.
Angry.
Okay. Anyway, poor Ryan and his brother Mark. They have good parents on the take care of you side of things. Like, they weren't neglected in any way, except for emotionally.
I think their parents just, they wanted to keep their reputation.
Yeah, they were more involved, more concerned with
and they had food and clothes and stuff, but as far as their parenting, they kind of pushed things or wanted them to be this way or that way. And
I feel all parents, we're human. All parents are human and make mistakes, but they just didn't let their children make any choices that were theirs. The dad wanted to make all the decisions and everything to be reflected on him and what he wanted, and the mother just went along with it because she wanted everything to look good on her in society, to the point that they kicked their own son out. I mean, that's over
cold-hearted.
Yeah. Come on, people. You gotta do what's best for your children sometimes.
And then, Ryan thought that Mark betrayed him
because he left. I mean, that was just, I think, more heartbroken brotherly love stuff. But I'm glad that they made up and Beth had them make up. That was a good moment.
It was.
So overall,
awesome. Katie McGarry
I thought it was another fabulous romance from Katie McGarry.
And I want more.
My heart pitter-pattered.
More.
Did your heart pitter-patter?
My heart pitter-pattered all over.
My heart pitter-pattered. And I cannot wait for the next book. I haven't read Crossing the Line yet.
It's good. It's very short, but it's good. Too short in the fact that I wanted more, but it fit the story. Really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not Lacey's story, right? It's Lila's.
Lila's.
From Pushing the Limits. I don't remember Lila and Pushing the Limits.
I don't really remember much either, but until I read that story.
Only person I really remember from Pushing the Limits is Noah and Neko.
Noah and Neko and Isaiah.
And Beth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.